I stole this from you.
Good evening, the Red Planning Board will come to order this 10th day of December 2025. The time is 7:16. I've noticed that this meeting has been posted at the Borough Hall, filed with the Borough Clerk, and mailed to the Asbury Park Press and the Two River Times. No new cases will be heard after 10 o'clock. The board will adjourn or recess at 8:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mayor Portman, absent. Sean,
But you are Mayor Portman.
Okay.
So you call yourself as your as necessity.
Shauna Ebanks, Mayor Stasvini, present. Christina Bonatakis,
Present.
Tammy Kuso, absent. Louis Demento, absent. Barbara Boas,
Present.
Megan Massey, absent. Wilson Bibi,
Sure.
Itzel Hernandez, absent. Fred Stone, absent, and Brian Farrington.
Should have the 100 minutes from the meeting before 12. Please.
Need a motion to.
I need a motion to approve them.
Motion to approve.
Second.
That can be all.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think this would be. Yes.
Okay.
Public hearing will not begin.
You have to make an announcement of Bank of America.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Okay.
16. Maybe. Oh, that's it. Excuse me, I'm sorry. 16 to 237. 170 Broad Street, block 104, lot 14 and 15. That will be carried until 128. January 28th, 2026, without notice.
So just for the record, if anyone is here tonight on that application, it is, but if anyone's here tonight on that Bank of America application, it is not being heard this evening. You need to be in this room at 7 p.m. on January 28th. You will not receive any further notice.
Right. The second application. Riverwood Plaza, block 9, lot 33.1, applicant Bernard LLC, MS one. Preliminary site plan approval. The applicant is requesting preliminary and final site plan approval to construct and use roof-mounted solar array facilities over the existing roof area associated with the existing parking garage.
And before you make your appearance, I'm just gonna, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Before you make your appearance, council, I'm just gonna mark you the following exhibits into evidence. Exhibit A1 will be an aerial photograph of the property and surrounding area. Exhibit A2 will be the site plan that was submitted. Exhibit A3 will be the rendering of the solar canopy over the existing parking garage. Exhibit A4 will be the equipment detail plan. Exhibit A5 will be the environmental impact report that was submitted, and Exhibit A6 will be the architectural plans that were submitted. Additionally, I'm going to mark in as Exhibit B1 as in Board 1 will be the TNM review letter dated November 25th, 2025. Those are all the exhibits that we have pre-marked, and council, do you want to do your appearance on the record?
Of course. Good evening, my name is
Just drag it really, really close. You could bring it really close.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Victoria Casio with the law firm of Archer and Griner on behalf of the applicant, Emperor MCC LLC.
Thank you.
Okay. Tonight, the applicant is seeking preliminary and final major site plan approval for the installation of roof-mounted solar array canopy over the existing parking garage at the Riverview Medical Center. The property is located at 1 Riverview Plaza, block 9, lot 33.01, and block 11, lot 1.02. This property is located in the Barrows Medical Services Zone. The proposed solar facilities are part of Hackensack Meridian Health's broader sustainability and resiliency initiative, undertaken in partnership with one of the nation's largest privately owned solar infrastructure firms. The purpose of this installation is to generate renewable electric power for on-site consumption by the medical center, thereby reducing operational costs and contributing to environmental stewardship. The improvements are located entirely on the already developed portion of the property and involve no expansion of the building footprint, no new impervious coverage, no changes to site circulation, parking layout, or site operations. The structure consists solely of a solar canopy mounted on top of the existing parking deck, and no modifications are proposed to the medical center or the surrounding improvements. With us this evening, we have 3 witnesses. We have Donald Farrell, who's with Hackensack Marine Health, Brandon Cole, on behalf of the applicant, and Todd Gibbs, will be our expert in field engineering tonight. Unless there are any further questions, I'd like to bring up our property owner household representative, Donald Farrell, to provide a brief introduction and overview of the Riverview Medical Center.
Mr. Farrell, if you just raise your right hand. You swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And just state your name for the record.
Donald Farrell, Ferrell.
And what is your position with Hackensack?
I'm the Senior Vice President of Facilities, Construction, and Realty.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Donald, can you give us a brief overview of the Riverview Medical Center and why the specific hospital chose to include the project?
Yes, certainly. As part of Hackensack Meridian's Health's sustainability efforts, we chose Riverview primarily for its location. The rooftop solar that will go on the parking garage will not interrupt any of the hospital services. And it will allow us to provide sustainable energy as part of our overall initiative.
And can you confirm that during construction, there will be no major disruptions to the day-to-day operations of the hospital?
That's correct.
And in short, the project will strengthen the hospital's energy resiliency and reliability?
Correct. And, part of our good stewardship to the global commitment and reduce our carbon footprint.
Thank you. Are there any questions for our hospital representative?
And Madam Chair, I'm going to note for the record that if I'm wrong, somebody raise their hand, that there is nobody here for public on this application. So we're not gonna open up to the public every single time because there's literally nobody here for the public. And if that changes, someone's free to raise their hand. If you see someone else walk.
Thank you.
Okay.
At this time, I'd like to bring up our project engineer to provide the technical details of this application.
Indian Forest? It's reflective of the exhibits.
We can rely on the exhibits to have it. And I'll swear you in. Do you swear in testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Just state your name for the record.
My name is Todd Giddings.
Okay, and you are a licensed engineer, state of New Jersey.
I am listed as engineer state of New Jersey, PD for 24 years. I work for Newberry Engineers.
Thank you, that's all we need.
I won't rehash some of the lot blocks that we already did through that. I'm gonna try to read through this. The technical aspects, and I think it should reflect what's on the letter, so I think you can kind of knock out both with one shot. If I miss anything, you can obviously I can talk about that. But I'll try to get points in whatever, so the rest of the comments. So basically the project is calling for the erection of a steel structure on top of the existing parking garage to support the solar panels. All canopy columns be located on existing garage walls. The array system itself will be comprised of 470 individual panels. Panels are approximately 45 inches by 90 inches each. The system size is, I think it's changed a little bit, but it's about 258 kWpc. No parking spaces will be impacted by the project. If we're referring to, I should probably touch on the exhibits. Exhibit
A1 is really just showing the overall site campus. Just to show, where our project is in relation to the, Riverview Medical Center campus. Exhibit A2 basically zoomed in site plan version of that. As you can see, on top of the parking garage, the dark outline, not to show for a solar structure. But basically that shows the boundary of the structure and the individual PV panels within the structure. We're going to do exhibit A3, that is basically a rendering, isometric view of how the garage, where the solar panels will look on top of the garage. Just to get perspective on kind of what the project is. When it was constructed. Ingress and egress location was maintained, there's no impact to those during construction or for this project. Minimum clearance head under structure is 8.6 inches, the clearance does change depending on where you are in the garage, I think the maximum is about 19 feet. If they're one of the down ramps. From a variance standpoint, I know the submitted application, raised some initial variances, but I think we've gone back and reviewed those, and we can eliminate all variances. We were asked for a side yard variance. There was a previous submission. There were some structural beams that extended over the edge of the garage wall. We've since talked to the structural engineer. We can pull those back, so there'll be no structure extending beyond the wall. There'll be no additional non-conforming issues will be created. We've reevaluated the structure height, taking, we've averaged the corners of the parking garage against the heights of the canopy, and we are under the 45-foot maximum height requirement. I think the average ends up being about 43.96 feet. And as you can see from the isometric on exhibit A3, there's some change in topography on the site, so it's a bit of not a straightforward calculation, so it does have some variance to it, but averaging it all out, it's under the 45 feet. And again, overall, no existing non-conforming conditions will be made worse, and no new non-conforming conditions will be created.
And Jack, do you agree that no variances based on that? Yeah.
So we look at exhibit. It's A4, the electrical equipment room. The previous plan was submitted. Showed us some of the ground equipment on the neighboring site. Again, we've gone back and reevaluated that equipment. All equipment now is contained within the 2 lots on the application. The condo will run across the rooftop, down to the ground briefly, but will ultimately end up within the electrical room inside the hospital. This is sub-basement room, as you can see in this plan. And for reference, that the electrical room plan is basically plan north on exhibit A2. I think there's a note there that calls out where that location is.
So that'll be inside the house.
It's inside the hospital. So there'll be some external, panel run on the roof, down inside the building, around, up and over and back down into the inside floor. So be up, and I think there'll be one switch mounted to the outside of one of the walls externally. Everything else will be in conduit, all rooftop or. From a lighting standpoint, 8 light bulbs will be removed from the existing garage top. Once the canopy is installed, there'll be down lighting installed under the canopy to replace that lighting. I know we can happy to supply the photometric plan. But we will supply from it, but we have to supply the photometric plan. It shows the change in lighting levels. I believe there's lighting levels with the rules requirements.
So you're going to submit a lighting check
Correct.
for Jackson. Okay.
I think the other. Yep. So. From a drainage standpoint, that was also raised in the, I guess, questions in the review letter. We don't expect any inverse drainage impacts. On site. The way the solar canopy or arrays are constructed, each panel has about a 1/2-inch gap all the way around. So once, there is runoff, it will drip down between the panels in general.
Can you just hold on for a second? To the people who, to the 2 women that just walked in, are you here for the Bank of America application?
Not us, no.
Oh, you're just here to hear? Okay, just making sure, I didn't want, if they were here from Bank of America, I didn't want them to stay because it's, not hearing. Apologize, go ahead.
So, you know, half-inch gap between the rental panels. Generally, the rain, hits the panels, drips down between each individual panel. We don't get any concentrated runoff. No drainage, facilities will be changed, all existing drainage patterns will be maintained, and not impacted any like the drainage facilities.
Are there any questions from any of the board?
And you might as well now that someone walked in.
Right.
and asked.
I was-
Go ahead.
Are there any questions from the audience? On just what we have heard from the MLM? Hearing them?
Thank you. And our last witness is our applicant representative who will answer any remaining questions and give a brief overview of the applicant's involvement.
Sir, do you swear testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do. Just state your name for the record. Brandon Cole. All right, and how are you related to the applicant?
I represent the applicant Infra as the project executive.
All right, thank you very much. Go ahead.
Randy, can you just provide an overview of who the applicant is and their role in the site?
Certainly. Infra Solutions is an energy as a service provider that supports our healthcare clients to upgrade and maintain their critical energy infrastructure, as well as optimizing their energy solutions and operations through creative scopes that provide both financial benefit to the client through energy savings and incentives, and improve patient experience through additional funds for client hospital operations and comfort.
And can you discuss briefly the partnership with HMH?
Yes. So HMH has partnered with Infra to install solar arrays across its network of hospitals, including specifically Riverview, as a commitment to its long-term sustainability goals, contribute to the state's GHG emissions target.
And can you just address a few of the remaining questions that were in the board engineer's review letter, such as the equipment that was located offsite, which was confirmed that has been relocated to be within the property boundary and building complex?
Yes, ma'am. So the equipment in question is a clerical design error. The equipment was never located offsite. It's an existing piece of switchgear called HDP unit substation. We are just connecting our solar electrical point of interconnection to that gear. The gear is actually located inside the hospital boundary in the basement. It was just a mix up with how we were reading the previous engineering drawings of the engineer record for that switchgear.
Thank you for that clarification. And as far as glare and visual impacts, can you please confirm that the solar arrays will be manufactured with an anti-reflective coating?
Yes, they will.
And so given the installation is on the roof, do you expect that there will be any visual impacts or glare impacts from public vantage points?
We do not. They are high enough that they will not provide glare. However, I'm sorry, and to support that, the panels we are installing, so LEED solar brand of E-type monocrystalline, and they have an anti-reflectant coating, such as silicone nitride or something that would counteract the reflectivity of the sun.
And how about storm resiliency, wind and snow? How do the panels stand up in adverse weather?
So they are rated for snow load and wind load. We have performed structural feasibility before we started design on the parking garage itself, as well as the racking structural steel and the panels and the fasteners. We've included considerations for uplifting the wind off the Nipissing River. After that, we went to structural design and calculations for all those loads just mentioned were considered, and then a third party performed a final structural report stating that the calculations were compliant.
Thank you. Are there any questions for our applicant representative?
Are there any questions from the audience?
Thank you very much. That concludes our presentation. We're requesting preliminary final site plan for the installation of solar panels on top of the existing roof, the existing parking garage. Madam Sen.
I have a question. Just out of curiosity, what percentage of the total electrical load requirements are being covered by the solar array that you're proposing?
Ask one of our representatives.
I can answer part of that, might appear to fly on the.
Come on back up to me, sorry. I will note, Mr. Cole's returning to the chair.
Well, I can answer part of that question. The size array is 240 kWac. And it is going, estimated to produce 516,000 kilowatt hours. I do not remember the total consumption of the hospital prior to the installation. It's about 19 million kWh.
So, okay, so it's 516,000.
Over 19 million.
Just curious.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else on the board have any questions?
Yeah, I would move the approval of the application.
Second.
Donna Evans? Yes. Christina Bodatakis?
Yes.
Barbara Boas?
Yes.
Wilson Bibi?
Yes.
And Brian Cardigan?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Good job.
Motion. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
He doesn't know what I'm making.
Yeah.
Yeah.